Slugfests, and Gary steps up here, lays that first bag in there against Kaleb, who is down already an early 4-0 lead.
Yeah, I think Kaleb tried to start off blocking and missed his block both times. And, of course, if you leave that open for Mr. Bearpaw, he is going down the middle.
He's going to take it from you, absolutely. So we'll take a look, and I know we don't necessarily like to focus on it, but it will be interesting to kind of see what these two have put up so far. And we talked about Kaleb earlier about where he was throwing around a 10-9. He's at a 10-7-6, and Gary is at 10-3-8. The only two throwing
sick.
over a 10, and it's almost like this sort of thing works to show you who should be in the final.
That's sick, and we talked about we don't like to use it,
but it speaks for it. Somewhat speaks for itself. So Gary has jumped out now to an early 5-0 lead, maintains that first bag privilege, which always tends to be an advantage, especially in a game like this when it could come down to mistakes more than it could offense.
Gary tried to run through that one, got the kick off to the right. Throwing that southwest bags. Nice roll bag.
Boy, and that just jumped up and over and went right to left and took a nice roll. Really good stuff. And then
Gary said, I don't need to roll it.
Answered with an airmail. We talked about that, the difference in the youth versus the experience right there. That airmail was the go-to shot. He got a couple, it looks like a couple off the back.
Looks like Kaleb may have picked up 2. Yep.
He takes the deuce. Yep, he sure does. I should probably rephrase that. Bottom line is, here on center court, we will continue to battle away until we get to a final. Isaac Hurt has already established his position in that final. Will it be a brother v. brother, as we have seen a number of times? Boy, that was just a complete swish. It looks like a bag off the back, and it was just because it was such a clean airmail. And that was the unicorn right there. And then Harry takes another shot at that airmail and gets it.
Did Kaleb really just throw a dirty bag up front?
He sure did. And it's interesting, players that we've seen throw these dirty bags through the course of the afternoon, it's most of the time 99% east to west here on there. So there's a
Miss Bearpaw enjoyed that one.
Yeah, there is a
look at that. That's a 7 spot. Now, when is the last time we saw Kaleb give up a 7 spot?
Last year?
I don't think I've ever seen him. I'm not going to lie. I don't think 5.
That was the one I think we talked about, the unicorn, because he had put 2 bags off the back of the board in the same
possible
frame. We called that the unicorn. Then we went to the mermaid, because there was another thing we hardly ever see, if ever.
That's right.
So a 12-2 early lead here, and what is a best of 3 to earn their way into the final. Could it be Hurt versus Hurt, or will it be Hurt versus Bearpaw again?
You know, Gary is wanting to get some revenge. He's taking a few whippings from these Hurts, just like everybody has.
Yes, absolutely. And you ask a lot of people who you think is going to win here, who you think is going to win there, and a lot of people say, well, you know what? If you're sick of seeing them on the center court, beat them.
Beat them. That's right.
That's all you got to do. It's very much like you're proving me wrong.
That's right.
All right, so Kaleb's going to be able to tally a couple there and cut that lead 12-4.
Let's see if Kaleb goes for the block again right here. It hadn't worked so far. No. That might be it.
Well, I'll tell you what, that airmail shot, though, that Gary's got, he's just happy to stack them up right now because he knows he can get up over top of that if he needs to.
Nice bag.
That's very well done, and that's a page out of his brother Isaac's book right there. It's just that push through.
And Gary follows up with a nice one, too. Now that's a good bag.
Yeah, that's just going to take some brute force or an up top. And
it's hanging over dear life.
It is. I took a flat hop. It was like a pancake flop, like straight up top. It didn't even roll. It just popped up.
Oh, and how about the nice wash by Gary? I thought Kaleb's bag had to go if he did that.
That's pretty great right there because it is hanging on. I mean, you look at that, more than half of that bag seems like it is over the edge right there, and that is really, really something to see.
The winner of this gets the opportunity to play young Isaac Hurt.
Isaac Hurt, right.
It just keeps shining and keeps shining and keeps shining.
Here's what we'll do. We'll take a poll here since we're broadcasting through Facebook right now. A lot of you are watching the stream through there. Here's what we'll do. Caleb, if it comes down to Isaac and Caleb, you can vote right now. You just want them to play this at home and tell us how it goes.
Yeah, there you go.
And then
In
we'll
the
all
barn.
go to the bar. They can go to the bar.
Yeah.
We'll go to the bar.
There you go. We'll see if
Bearpaw,
Becky
yeah.
could stream it with her phone. How
I'll
about
tell you
that?
what. Oh, you know she she can't. She told me that she has to drive down the street to get
Yeah,
the,
that's right.
the
Stand on
service
one
she's
foot
looking
and hold a piece of clothes
for.
hanger
Tinfoil,
up there.
yeah. Andy Blada from B3 Bag says Bearpaw is very clinical, and that's a perfect way to put it. I mean, it's not sterile and it's not boring. It is just methodical. It is clinical all the way to the design. He lays the bags in his hand, in his offhand, just perfectly. It is. He's a clinician. That's exactly right.
Man, that's a great term.
These two seem to be paying much more attention to the front side of the hole than the hole itself.
And Gary tried to go around that bag, and he lost it off to the left.
So right now, both of them.
Yep.
One
Another
out of
wash.
play. Well,
If I
he
had
really
to
had
bet
to do
money.
something special to try to grab that.
Oh,
but I don't think
I'm
he
glad I
does.
would have lost.
And there it was. There's that fourth bag blues
That's right.
there. So 12 on 10, the dozen on 10. Caleb makes a nice rebound there and fights his way through what is a best of 3 game setup.
Man, he is just so focused. If you look at both these guys, it's just the focus, the mental focus these two guys have is off the charts.
They really do, and it's a constant. It's not just every once in a while they really hit a stride. It's just where they live. They really do. And Gary's throwing those Southwest Bag Hypnotics, the Project 13s from 724 coming out of the mitt of one Caleb Hurt. These guys put all 4 underneath each, and a light round of applause from one person who appreciated those 4 bags. I tell you what, it's funny because you just begin to underappreciate what you're looking at when it becomes so expected that's what you're going to see. That was really the first, 4-bagger that we've seen from both without playing some sort of defense. They may have all ended up under the board, but that's not how they played them.
And Gary's not messing with that blocker now. He's just running right through it.
No, and you look at the difference in the arm swing. You can really see this on camera. You see that full pendulum and that flat bag coming straight at you. These camera shots are fantastic.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it never leaves the frame. It comes straight in right at eye level there where you got Caleb looking at you right there, and then Gary shoots from the hip, and his comes in and does what it needs to do. He seems like he's got a little bit more action on his bag once it hits the board than he's had earlier in the day.
Yeah. Toes to the line, same way every single time.
14 on 10 right there with that first bag. Puts it in a place where I would normally say I can't get it. Of course, he can get it without even looking.
He's going to shoot that one if it comes down. It's still hanging in the last. But I think
he's just toying with it right now. He says, "I see your bag."
There you go. Yep.
Oh boy, that one just creeped in right over the front side.
Yep. I still say I was sitting there.
Nicely done.
I don't know if you were sitting with me on the Friday night of the World Championship at Branson. I think somebody has. I think Boogie and I were sitting there. I still think if Gary Bearpaw would have played Friday night, he would have been our king of cornhole.
Is that right?
I mean, he was
Just
smoking. I mean, he was smoking. And we have it set up for championship Saturday. You know, that's the way we play, and everybody knows that. But if that tournament would have continued on Friday night, I don't know if anybody would have beaten him.
Well, when he gets into a groove, there's no smoother groove than that right there, except for the one right next to him.
Yeah.
And it's just it's 2 different studies in how to play the game, but probably the 2 most similar approaches that you'll see side by side. Anywhere in the ACO. There's so many different deliveries and so many different ways to get it from point A to point B, but these 2 probably are the most like one another with regard to that mechanical. You'd almost want to see one of those things where they take 100 shots of them making that shot and see where it differs, if at all.
I don't think it would.
Or if it
I'll
would
be
look just
honest
like
with
a
you.
wave file on top of itself.
I don't believe it would.
Yeah, this is a great matchup that may invite you to get your pillow, and you might need a cup of coffee before all is said and done, because we know ultimately if it becomes hurt on hurt in the finals, that's going to be quick.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to want to dispatch with one another quickly. It'd be interesting to see if for some reason it is going to be Isaac and Gary, the difference in styles there.
Oh,
because
yeah.
as similar as the styles are between Kaleb and Gary.
Nice bag.
Really well done. How different the styles are between Isaac and Gary. So you're right. He does want to exact a little bit of revenge upon the family hurt. And we'll see what happens here, whether it'll be in this round or the next. Andy, we appreciate you.
Yeah, we do. I was just thinking, I read that at the same time you did.
Yeah, he's our man from B3. He's something. He does some broadcasting and some streaming of his own, and he's a really good guy. And I tell you, we appreciate that, because especially the World Cup comparison, because a lot of people are watching the World Cup, and I think they just turn the volume off because they're like, what are they talking about? People that don't get it. No idea.
Oh, and there's a rare miss.
Boy, it looked like a little piece of plexiglass came across the top right there. He tried to push it. He gave him the favor back. All right, he's going to take that.
I think it's 2.
Those 2 points right there, and boy, that's a rare gift.
Yeah.
Given up right there by.
That's a shot that
by
little
Kaleb.
brother's been making all day long. Every time we've seen him play, that little push up the board.
Yeah. Just crazy. So quiet in here.
Yeah, it is kind of quiet in here. The big blind draw's still going on over there in the building. So.
Well, we closed the door, too, because they were polishing the floors outside and putting up
A
Christmas
lot of people
trees.
may not know we're in here.
It was a lot of noise going on outside, so we shut the doors, and, man, it is very reverential.
I got caught up in a foot race by a bunch of kids when I went to the restroom a minute ago.
The children of the cornhole, as I like to call them. Oh, goodness. All right, so these guys just continue to methodically put them underneath Boogie's wooden sunroof. And they gather together, and even though the score is, 16-10, it feels like we've been here watching this particular match already for about 45 minutes to an hour. But it feels like it's got a long way to go just yet. Second semifinal of 2 as our 60-plus pros worked for one of these final 16 slots in the Pro Series, the third of 10. Nice up and over top right there.
Yeah.
Caleb's going to come and try to push hard over.
No, he's going to roll one.
Pushes up and over. I thought he was going to try to push hard to get it up through the nice air bail again. Boy, oh boy. This is absolutely a clinic.
Air show, Mr. Bearpaw.
Mm-hmm.
Boom! 3 in a row, same spot.
Here comes another one.
And
he tried to push them both through. Nicely done. And that reminds me a lot of that Austin Cameron Kaleb Hurt frame that we saw down in Panama City Beach. It was roll, airmail, roll, airmail, roll, airmail after 2 blockers put out up front. How about that?
I saw Gary's wife, boy. She really liked that. I thought she was going to jump out of her chair when he hit that third airmail. And I almost did myself.
She was sitting back all relaxed, and now she is literally on the edge of her seat.
I don't know if you ever get a chance to talk to her. She's a character,
she's
too,
a
man.
hoot, yeah.
Yeah.
She's
totally opposite from the robot.
Mm-hmm. Money Mike says, man, you better check these guys. I think they both got robot arms. Look at that thing. And you know what's funny? Physically, I don't think a bag should be able to do that.
No.
With the materials in the bag, of the bag, and the board, it just doesn't seem like it should do that. It seems like it would bounce all over the place all the time. But that grip really gets it done, and that's a missed opportunity right there. But Kaleb and Gary continue to battle it out. Kaleb came in as the number 2 seed out of the 16 who made it out of the 60 pros qualifying this morning. In the frame games, Gary Bearpaw comes in as the number 3 seed, fighting to see who will face Isaac, the number 13 seed. Will Lucky 13 be the case?
Oklahoma versus Virginia here. Nice bag there by Gary. Now I'll tell you one thing. Gary can make Kaleb make a shot. And he...
Wow. Now that's an odd replacement bag right there.
Yeah. But Caleb's got to drag a bag here.
Up and over. Oh, would he go? Was it going to go? It's not going to go.
It's going, and he's going to slide this in. It's going to go.
He's
Yep.
gonna
And
give it
just
to
get
him.
a wash out of it.
Oh, man. I really thought if we just gave that another second, a little Caddyshack moment, it was going to drop.
If somebody over there would have blew real hard, it would have went down.
Yeah, that was one sneeze away
Yeah.
from being in there. All right, so we're still looking at 18 on 11. Gary Bearpaw takes the lead, or holds that lead in game one of what needs to be a best of three.
Man, I'd love to watch Gary Bearpaw play.
He just has total control.
Yeah.
Total control of his game. And as we talked about earlier in one of the quarterfinals, when he misses, if he's going to miss, he says, all right, I'll give you 2. I'll go get them back, and maybe I'll get 4 back. But his patience is truly his virtue.
Yeah, and you see what he did then? Mm-hmm. You know, last round he went for the big airmail on that block. Not that time. And he'll just take the 12.
Nicely done, yeah, very
Take the
well
12.
done. And you know, it's funny. It's almost like we're watching. You know, we call Riley Brewster the grasshopper, but right now I feel like we're watching sort of the mentor and the grasshopper here, because Kaleb has so much in common with Gary. And we talked about that with the way that they play their game, and I'm beginning to think too, if it gets any more reverential in here, we may have to just use sign language, because they can not guarantee you they can hear every word we're saying.
I know they can. I mean, I'm trying to be as quiet as I can too.
I want to get all jacked up and rock this town, but man, oh man, I feel like
It's
I'd
so
be
quiet.
farting in church if I made any noise.
Let's see, Gary goes after that bag. Probably wanting to give up the 2 and be happy.
Gonna see what Kaleb does there and cleans that up. Yeah, he can probably drag that if he wants.
Oh, he's
Up
trying.
and over.
And he did
got
it.
How about that? What a shot! What a shot! And you know, you almost feel like he was just saving it. Like
He
knew
was.
could.
He
I'll take
was.
this other bag, see what happens. If it's still there, I'll go get it.
He don't normally take that many chances, but I've seen him do it 3 times today, and every time he's made the shot that he had to make.
Yep.
And Kaleb is not relentless. He's relentless making Gary throw bags.
He's not gonna let up.
No.
He's gonna make him play his game, and by his game I mean both of their games.
Yeah. Oh.
All right.
Now.
Smart. He lays it low and he packed those bags a little bit more together.
And is he going to try to shoot and get 2 this time?
He is. He's gonna try to shoot and get them all.
There he goes.
He's gonna go up, get them all.
Oh, he got 2 of them.
He got the bag pitched and he got the one. I thought there would be enough there to grab it, but it turns out that there's just a little bit too much fill sitting up on the
little bit short, too. Just a little bit short.
Yep. When you're just a little bit short, we like to call
That's
that a
right.
Douglas Parker.
There you go. Perfect. Sorry, Doug.
Mr. 153.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a chance for Kaleb to grab a couple more and move
He
up.
just moved it up a little bit tighter. Gary's going to go ahead and clean all that up. Yeah, you got to figure.
Gary has been sitting on 18 for a while now.
Yes, 18 on 13 is what we're looking at right now. And again, it's a best of 3. So these two, this is just sort of like that experimental game to see whose game is on point and who's going to make that first mistake. And so often, wow, that was close. Just a little too much oomph on it.
Gary says, thank you very much. We'll just take the wash.
All right, I'll go ahead and get out the washboard and work that one out. So the question is, and we've talked about it, it seems like every time Gary is on center court, not just this tournament, any tournament, it is who's going to make the first mistake or who's going to take advantage of the next mistake, that kind of thing. But what's so funny? Very few mistakes.
That's right.
Here.
There's no mistakes being made right now.
Everything they do is exactly what they seem to want to do. And then there might just be a bad bounce or something like that, but the bag is going exactly where they want it to go, except for that one.
You take that 7 back and, you know, that Kaleb gave up that he rarely ever gives up if he does. And we're looking at 13 on 11.
I think it's like it's on a string.
Yep. 2 more.
Right. There's a couple more to add to it. So 18 on 13 becomes 18 on 15. It's a whole new game here in game 1 of what needs to be the best of 3.
I know Gary's wanting to get off that 18 bad, man. You get stuck, you keep looking back, and it's not changing. You keep looking back, it's not changing. And all of a sudden you go, damn, I've been on this 18 for a long time.
And he's a guy that doesn't make a lot of big moves. And Kaleb typically doesn't give up a bunch of points all at once. But, yeah, he really wants to get – just add a 19 would be a huge relief for him right now.
Great bag by Kaleb.
That's very nicely played. That's going to push his
Clean up.
top right bag up there. This should be straight through and done. Yep. Oh, wow, and he did it nicely without taking Gary, so he makes Gary earn it. Oh, and Gary's not able to pick it up there. But, yeah, this should do it. Get in and collect it.
There you go.
That's nicely done. Another wash. They exchange taters and work their way down. You get a couple of very polite golf claps as they make their way from east to west. And it's so funny because it's so damn good.
Yeah.
People just, they're so used to it. I mean, you look around center court, all these people are used to these two players playing this way. And you just get used to it. You don't even recognize how brilliant it is and how it's being done.
I mean, it's methodical right now.
We have probably, it's probably a good thing for my voice too, because I think my voice is about broken. But it's probably good that we're here working this library whisper right now. And if you're watching at home, feel free to let us know who you got in this game. Let us know. What have you thought all day long? Very curious to see what you've thought about the action here on center court. What games stuck out in your mind? Don't forget to check out the action tomorrow here on center court. Plus the Rich Pyle Game Zone. He's going to be hosting your chance to experience Life's a Pitch with Rich. That's going to be a lot of fun. And this is the kind of thing that if you come to a major, you could be involved in, whether you're playing in the tournament or not.
Yeah. Somebody asked what round. I think it was that like round 72 or 73. Oh, and there we go. Kaleb, another opportunity.
All right, so 18 is now 18 on 15.
Nice. Let's see if he tries to roll this one over all those bags.
Yeah. It's like a little
he had either shot available for him right there.
It's crazy. Gary's going to come in and wow. And he did exactly the opposite of what he wanted to do. But
and now
helps him out there.
Wow.
Boy, he felt it too. He felt like he had that one closed out. Now Gary has an opportunity to go up and get more.
Gives up one, though.
So he's going to take the one.
And Kaleb has slowly inched this into a 2-point game. He was down big.
All right, we're in the second of two semifinals. Isaac Hurt has already made his way to the finals, Brian, if you're just checking in. And for those who are watching, we had a 16-slot final bracket. Over 60 pros competed this morning in what we call the frame game, 13 frames, 4 bags. You against basically you and the board, and a potential score of 156. That's how we developed the seeding for the top 16. And you're looking at seeds number 2 and 3.
And he can end it now.
This could be it right there. No, and he's...
Yeah, all he got to do is finish up.
Finish up here and clean it up. You know, Caleb's going to do everything he can to put everything right there in the sweet spot.
Again, gets those feet planted just like every
just crazy.
single time.
Well, there you go. Jinx jar.
I swear.
Jinx jar.
He's going to shoot this to go for the game, Finn.
He's going to shoot it and try to get it.
Nope.
No, he's not. He's going to lay it in there.
He's going to take one.
He's going to take the one.
Hey, but this one, he's going to watch that 18 change to 19.
Remember I said he just wants it to be a 19? I don't think that's what he wanted there.
I'm going to tell you right now, as good as his ML is, I'm shooting for the game right there.
I think so.
You don't get that opportunity many times against Kaleb.
Well, I'll tell you what, somebody let out a big sigh of relief, and it wasn't any of us. So, yeah, this is the second semifinal. The winner faces off against Isaac Hurt in the finals of this Pro Series number 3. We're looking forward to a pretty cool little thing coming up around Christmas. I'll tell you about when we get into the finals. A pretty cool video presentation we'll show you.
Speaking of video presentations, that was a nice one I put up for Mr. Schaefer the other day.
You know what? Much shout out to Mike Schaefer and his family, and we lost a key member of the ACO family this past week, a guy who'd been there pretty much since day one, and it was a nice opportunity to at least tip our hat and put our arms around the Schaefer family. A nice service held for him on Wednesday night, and if I'm not mistaken, Mike Schaefer Jr. I think is going to be here tomorrow, and hopefully he's going to start playing in memory of his old man.
Man. That'd be cool, isn't it?
That'll be nice to see that next generation of Schaefer out on the boards.
Yeah, I mean, that man knocked me out of many a purple jerseys. I'm going to tell you that right now. I played him in the finals as seniors several times, and
one of the best things about Schaefer, the Bulldog, we have a Bulldog Award named after him. Excuse me. He'd never hesitate to give you honest feedback.
No.
What you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. Oh, look at that.
Man, that's
that was like
beautiful.
A front flip. Oh, nice drive right there. Boy, it wasn't enough, but that was a pretty strong drive. Just going to lay flat. And
just
left
a wash.
Just going to leave it alone right there. So 19 on 16 holds as these guys continue to battle for game one of what needs to be a best of three. You nodding off there, my friend?
Nah.
We still got one more mighty
know
match
it. I
to
can't
go
wait.
after this one.
Can't wait.
Mm.
Man, these guys are so good. I can't say it enough.
You know, and it's interesting too, just if you're just listening sonically to what's going on. We're in the room, we've got carpet in this room, in the other room there's a lot more thunder because it's a hard surface in there, but this is, you can tell, if let's say you didn't know what time it was or anything, and you turned us on right now, you'd know exactly what was going on.
Yeah.
If nobody was saying a word. This has to be close to a final because there's just that simple thunder of the occasional bag. It's not thump, 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 thump. I mean, it's just the power of two players just slamming away at each other right now.
I mean, this is like a 15-round prize fight that nobody wants to go down, and nobody's landing a big blow.
Adam Gilbert from OTT said, I've made 2 refills and had some leftovers, and they're still on this same
Absolutely,
game.
and they may still be on it when you go get another one.
So they might be on next Thanksgiving.
Nice bag. Get around me, baby. And he got that completely out of the way, and Caleb's going to get this to 19-18, I believe. Very nicely done. Nicely done.
All right, so Kaleb.
And Mama Hurt is on the pace over there.
Yeah, he's the next one to sit on 18. How long will he sit there? That's the question.
You're in Shredder tuning in. Yep. Scott Burridge tuning in.
The summer of Paul turned into the fall of Paul. I know he was out in Tupelo. Had himself a nice weekend in Tupelo. Paul Schrader, the Shredder.
Well, Tupelo was a good time had by all.
Mm-hmm. The king was in the building.
Yeah.
The other king was in the building, and the other king was in the building. All right, look at that. All right, so now
those are going to go down. Gary needs to try to block that up somehow.
This is kind of curious because his bag is completely out of place.
Yep.
So Caleb is gonna.
He's got to go in.
He's got to make this one.
No doubt. 20-19. Caleb takes his first lead of this game at 20-19.
20-19. I say we make it a best of 7.
No. Somebody's delivering food. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
And a pillow.
Yeah.
And a cot. Oh my God, 20-19, and you talked about that, Gary. Wanted to get off at 18.
Yeah.
He wanted to get off at about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, and now Caleb can take this game after trailing the whole time.
Yep. What did we talk
Gary
about?
did
What
his
did we talk about? Damn word. That one errant bag, the mistake, the one mistake, and it's going to come down to cost him the entire game.
Yeah, and he's played so good.
So well.
Oh, and he gets a break. He gets a break.
Look at that. Look at that.
And you talking about a sigh of relief. I saw Miss Bearpaw blow.
Did you see?
It looked like the bubbles coming out over there.
And if you watch Caleb, he just put his hands on his hips like ding, dang, diggly, dang it.
And they exchanged a couple words there, and both of them smiled. So,
well, Caleb's one of those guys. He's just such a gentle soul.
Yeah.
He wouldn't say, you know what, if he had a mouthful of it.
No.
He threw his hands on his hips right there, and he let himself have it.
and here's Caleb's going to have maybe another chance.
Shot at him. Kind of leaves it alone. Will it come home?
Oh, and that's not bad by Gary right there.
He's going to go up and over. No, he's going to try to roll up and over, and he does. He gets the roll. I thought he'd go up and try to drag that other bag.
And Gary can't get it to go down, and that's
game
one. And guess what? We get part 2.
Oh, man. All right, so 21-19. Caleb Hurt takes game number 1 after trailing most of that game. And I tell you what, I think you're right. It was because Gary sat on 18 for so long and wasn't able just to crack that one spot, just pick up that penny. So these guys reset and get ready to go. Gary's going to exchange the tater, and he takes first bag here in the lower seeded lane as seed number 3. First one's right down the middle, just as we'd expect. So strap yourself in, get yourself a cold drink, maybe insert a catheter, and get ready to go.
How about this? Kaleb Hurt trailed that whole game till he finally took the lead at 20-19.
Well, and it came down to exactly what we talked about.
One bag out of play.
Of one bag out of play. That's exactly right. Out of place.
And that's it. Just one.
Oh. All right.
And he grabs 2 more.
Grabs that early lead now in game number 2, which is a best of 3. And the winner takes on Isaac Hurt. In case you're just joining us, this is the final 16 out of over 60 pros who competed to get into this Pro Series bracket. An additional purse on top of the $5,000 guaranteed purse for the South Bend Major here.
And I was just fixing to say, I think Gary needs to start shooting air mails again.
Yeah, you might want to take a little bit more aggressive approach. Yeah, here at the Century Center here on Center.
Boom, there's 2 in a row.
And you gotta wonder,
shoot again, Gary.
Is he able to break that spirit?
Oh
boy, and that was he and one himself kind of.
Yeah, but he can still pick up a point right here.
No, he doesn't have to risk air mail. He can run
there it
the
is.
Middle and take it. So he'll take one there. Thank you very much. 2 on 1, and we're right back at it.
Yeah. And I think Gary on those blockers, he needs to start shooting some more. He's got to take some more chances.
Yeah.
You know, he let Kaleb climb in there because he got a little passive, I thought. He got the lead by being aggressive.
Well, and there's a difference between being patient and being complacent.
That's right.
And I think he did. He got
that big lead.
He got a little bit comfortable with that lead, and then you saw him sit there on 18 for quite a while. Isaac continues warming up off in the distance over there in front of the Hampton Farms Pro Series boards.
Oh, that is a sick, nasty bag.
It went around. It didn't touch anything else going in, and there's a nice collection right there by Gary. And that last one from Kaleb, they're going to finish out all 8 bags underneath right where they belong. Just makes it a little tougher to pick up, but they're more than happy to reach down and get through the sweet spot to get it done. Paul Schrader, they are pretty good.
We're definitely going to agree with you on that one.
They're pretty good, if I may quote the great Larry David. I'll tell you, it really is like watching a Swiss watch.
Yeah.
There's a nice hard bag right there, and he puts one bag up where he can get to it. Leaves another one back in the back. Cleans everything up. Now this is Gary's opportunity to take a couple back. Take the lead back,
He just don't want to get up to 18, I can tell you that right now. Just go 17 or 19.
Exactly right. If he gets on 15, he'll do anything he can not to have 3.
I'm not taking 3.
I don't want 3. Oh, man. Flattery will get you everywhere, Shredder.
Absolutely. And now he seems like he's more locked in.
I think by the time this final happens, Isaac Hurt will be old enough to vote.
He might.
What's that, 2.5? Almost 3 years? Yeah.
And there we go.
Up and over there it is.
That's what I'm talking about. Play aggressive, Gary.
And the minute he lets that thing go, you know where it's going. It's a parabolic arc you can track. Oh,
that's okay. Nothing hurt right there.
He hit that front bag just enough to push it off center. There's a nice push right there. Boy.
They just make it look so easy, and it's not an easy shot.
No. It's like watching these guys from behind a tree on the PGA Tour hook one and get it 3 feet from the cup.
Absolutely.
And they run out there like, I know. Y'all are surprised by this?
Yeah, really.
Russell Tabers, the legend himself, is sitting over there eyeballing the action here on center court. And by action, it's an interesting sort of action. It is a therapeutic, almost hypnotic action, which is not surprising since Bearpaw's throwing the hypnotics. The Southwest Bag Company, the Project 13's flying out of the mitt of one Kaleb Hurt. Oh, look at that.
He's got that roll bag working.
He does, and there's that left to right.
Nice bag there.
Finds the center. You got 2 out of play. Boy, trying to muscle
he
him
gets
up
a
there.
4 up spot. And you can take that chance when you win the first game.
Yeah. He piled it up. He piled them up right there.
He tried to cut that bag over there, threw it a little bit sideways, come in, try to catch that one of those bags.
And we've seen twice today, we've seen bags, and I think it was in the women's final where a bag hopped up and just sat up on top like the top of a sandwich.
Yeah. I'm putting a call in for catering.
Yeah, I'm sorry I mentioned a sandwich. Now I'm very hungry. Don't you be throwing no pizza.
No pizza for me.
Oh, look at
Nice.
that. He dances around his own bag. You know, it's funny, too. I'm sitting here as we commentate, and Dylan Ledbetter, he did some great commentary for us.
Yes, he did.
You know, he talks a lot about the standing score, and he gets in there. A nice collection right there.
Very
He'd
nice.
had a fancy name for that right there. I'm just dumbfounded. I'm just an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here watching this as a fan, and I think I know what's going to happen. I know I can't do it, but I know what I think they're going to do. And it's amazing to me how they do it 9 times out of 9. It's amazing.
And Caleb's gone into the block mode for sure. He's trying to dare Gary to shoot some air mails.
No, but I think you said it before. He needs to stay aggressive. Look at what
It takes a left turn.
it hit, it rolled right, and then left again. Oh, and he challenged
Yeah.
for the airmail, and he misses it. So that was a calculated.
He tried to roll
right
that one.
there. Well, what's funny is he tried to roll that one and went left instead of right. Oh,
Wow, and that's 3 in a row. Actually, Gary has missed. Oh, and that is sick, nasty again.
7-on-1 right now.
Good finish by
Good
Gary,
finish.
though.
That's it.
10-on-6. 10-on-6.
2 off the back there for
Yep.
Gary. Yep. That's a 4 spot right there. So 9-on-7 as Kaleb regains the lead. I think he just took the lead back. 9-on-7. I'm so dumbfounded by what I'm watching. I can't even remember who the hell's leading.
Yeah. I got you covered on that,
Thank
man.
you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
For
First
sure.
back.
That's why we're a team.
Yeah, your back will probably be hurting you tomorrow
Nah.
from carrying me.
Nah, we good, man. You'll carry me a bunch of times, buddy.
That explains these calves.
There you go. Perfect.
Boy, it's just such a smooth motion. And you know, it's funny. You know that flat bag that comes out of Caleb's hand.
Yeah.
You know, Gary's bag comes out front down. He comes out nose in, but it's almost like it's looking to see where it needs to go, and it makes its decision. And as right as it gets to the board, it's like, all right, I'm going to do that for you. Caleb's bag, I just call it that spaceship bag because it comes in like it's coming in for a landing on a
It's
spaceship.
like smooth, man.
Yep.
And there's the block again.
Yeah, you see Becky there on screen. She's kind of eyeballing over her shoulder to see what's going on. She's keeping an eye on both spawn.
Yeah.
The one on center court and the one preparing to defend center court in the championship match. And again, watch.
God, come on. Stop it.
That's not fair.
I mean, it's really not.
That's not fair. I mean, that shouldn't even, it shouldn't happen. That's what you see a
No.
bowling ball do, not a cornhole bag. It's like he's playing
like-
3 boards to the left, and he just somehow hooks it in there to get the 7-10 split. That's insane.
Look like it just in the bags just dripped in the side.
It's nuts. Now I want you to watch. If you're watching at home, watch on screen as Kaleb. Well, both of these guys, but Kaleb in particular. When he winds up and lets it come at you. If we did this with 3D glasses, you'd be out of your shorts in no time. It would look like it was going to hit you right in the face. Look at that.
And you see Gary missed 3 air mails, and he's gone away from it again.
He shied away.
Yep, and that's what I think got him in trouble.
Boy, and that hurts right there. Look at that. It's like, come on, buddy, let's go downstairs.
And
Nice.
Caleb is putting on a clinic
He's
right
putting on
now.
a show right now.
Yes.
He's going to add 6 to the tally right there. That's going to take him 15-on-7.
Jeremy Hankins said these collect shots are insane, and you are agreeing. You ought to be sitting here watching them live.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
That's sick.
13-on-7. I missed it.
Let's see, Gary. That's a low blocker. Let's see if he goes back to there, man.
Yeah,
Yep,
he does.
there it is.
And you know what? To have that kind of trust in your game is pretty damn amazing.
It does. Well, he knows right now he's got to do something because Caleb is picking him apart with those shots. Oh, and there we go.
Now, does he go ahead and try the airmail again, knowing that he's got it?
Oh, yeah.
Up and over. Oh,
He got lucky.
He did.
He got
He'll be
lucky.
the first one to tell you he's going to put that in place for a push through. Yep. And now all he's got to do is take the middle, give it to him, and he takes it. That's going to be a 3 spot right there. So 13 on 7 becomes 13 to 10.
Yeah.
He's starting to get a little bit more pace. You know, I think we're looking at it. Maybe I'm just imagining it because I want it to be the case. But I feel like it's just a little bit faster.
Yeah, they're playing a little faster. It does seem like.
Faster.
But they're also making great shots in the middle.
Yeah, shots.
It's not just bag and hold. Caleb's throwing a block almost at every round, and there it is again.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's even more insane when you think about it? A lot of people try to throw blocks. They're gonna miss a little bit left, miss a little bit right. Every one of his have been dead center.
You know, look at that right there. Oh, yeah. I thought he almost pulled that back to the left in there where he could collect that, but Kaleb took it away from him, the opportunity to do that.
2 more for Kaleb.
Look at that. But, you know, it's interesting, too, to watch because as Kaleb puts that bag exactly where he wants it every single time, he knows Gary's not going to roll a bag.
Yeah.
So he's going to force that.
The airmail or a push through.
Yeah.
And when he tried to push through that time, he got a kick on the left.
Just
picks up 2 points.
A bit of a kick.
Yeah. He's got the strategy to beat Gary Bearpaw.
Well, there it is again.
Yeah.
Right there in dead center.
See, there we're talking about.
That held the back.
That block has been really effective for Kaleb. Yes.
Standing right there. Yeah. Clean up. Here comes another one. Oh.
I'm surprised he didn't stop that one in front of the hole.
I think he might have wanted to.
But he'll take the 2. He's not that greedy. And he's going to get it. Because very seldom do you see the 4th bag blues from Mr. Bearpaw.
Nope, you do. 17 on 10 right now.
And
so now we watched. This is right about the point where Kaleb made his turnaround.
Yeah.
In game 1, well, actually, he was a little bit further down, if I'm not mistaken, when Gary was sitting on 18. So this is about where he made that turnaround, but with that first bag and that blocker bag that you expect to see right there.
Dead center, man. I'm telling you.
That gives him a little bit more if he wants that airmail, which he does. Well, he can still pull that one back. Kaleb will do it for us.
That bag does not bother Kaleb. And then
it's going to be un problemo.
Nice bag right there. He's going to make sure he keeps the game going. He's got to go in here.
Got to get it in.
And that's going to be it.
Is that going to be it? Yeah, that's going to do it. All right. Well, you're not going to believe this, but our final match is going to be Kaleb Hurt, Isaac Hurt. That's going to be it. So 21 to 10 is game number 2 after a 21 to 19 marathon game. Kaleb Hurt, our number 2 seed in the Pro Series, number 3 in South Bend, Indiana, will face off against this Isaac Hurt fellow we've heard so much about.
Never heard of him, have you?
And again, if you'd like, we are taking an online poll. If you'd like them to finish this game at home and just let us know how it goes, you just let us know here on the ACO Digital Network, and we'll be more than happy to pass that along. We'll take a quick break here from Center Court at the Century Center, South Bend, Indiana. What a great weekend, a fantastic Black Friday that has had shining white light here on Center Court. On behalf of Philip Barnett, the Mississippi Ninja, and yours truly, Finn Loudmouth for the ACO, the final is coming up in just a couple of minutes from Center Court on the ACO Digital Network.